What's up, guys? Jenna Puzio here, founder of FillYourBooks.com. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is that you are not entitled to do what you love as a career. And I want to dive into that lesson. But first, I want to start with a mini lesson because I just got back from the gym and I was going to get all dolled up for you guys and shower and wash my greasy hair and put on a face of makeup. But I didn't feel like it. And I wasn't going to let that be an excuse to not film this lesson for today because I was thinking about it all last night. I was thinking about this morning. I was like, I really just want to get this recorded. But I could have let myself tell myself the excuse of, well, I have to get ready first. And then if I showered, I would have been too tired. Then guess what? The video would have not gotten done. So the first mini lesson that I want to give you guys is never wait for the perfect conditions to work towards your goal. The conditions are never going to be perfect, whether it's you need to wash your greasy hair or your car breaks down or you have to, you have a redo on a client. You have to figure out how to, get better at your craft. There's never going to be perfect conditions, so don't wait for them. Figure out how to always strive for your goals during rough conditions, because if you can do it during rough conditions, you can hold that skill for life. And there's never going to be a time period where you won't be able to improve yourself or your business. So there's my first little lesson. But I digress. Back into you are not entitled to do what you love as a career. And the first thing that we're going to have to get clear on here is what is the actual definition of entitlement? And the definition that I want you guys to look at here is the fact of having a right to something. So what I mean by you are not entitled to it is you do not have the automatic right. Just because you chose the career path of doing something that you love, that does not give you the right or entitle you to having a career out of it. And this is what I mean by this. So let me put this full screen here for you guys. So we have this Venn diagram here. You picked the career that you love. You picked an amazing career in the beauty industry, which is great. Whether you're a hairstylist, you're a lash artist, you're an esthetician, you do cool sculpting, literally whatever it is that you do in the beauty industry, I'm sure you got into it because you enjoy it. And if you don't, you should probably just quit because that's if you don't have this, you definitely can't have a career out of it. So number one, I'm sure you got into this because you love what you do. You want to make people feel good, right? This is why you chose this path. So just because you enjoy it or you practice it or you learn more about it, maybe you go and you go take more courses and you really study your color theory or you really learn about all these different services that you can offer within your business. That is all craft based. That is just, hey, I really enjoy this thing. I want to get really good at it. But that's just one piece of your business. If you truly want to make this a career, because a career means you have the skill of making money, right? Just because you're good at the thing doesn't mean you have the skill of making money with that craft. You need to have the right book of clients, because if you don't have the right book of clients, you're not going to have, being able to bring in the right client is just as important as being good at what you do. So you need to have the skill of making money. You need to have a book full of the right clients. You need to understand how to manage and control your time. You need to understand how to control your schedule. Most importantly, you need to figure out how to consistently have a system that brings in your ideal clientele. So if you just want to be good at what you do, that's fine. But if you just want to be good at what you do and you don't have any of the skills that are on the right side of the screen here within the career, you just have a hobby. If you want to have a career out of the craft that you love, you need to combine those two things. They can't be separated. So loving what you do as a career in business, that's why I have that arrow right in the middle of the Venn diagram. That's where the sweet spot is. That's where the magic happens, baby, if you will. You can't just constantly, because I think a lot of people get stuck in this framework of like, hey, let me figure out, let me do extensions and I'll be able to charge more and that's how I'll make more money. Or you're like sitting there waiting for walk-ins and call-ins and you're like, I'll just wait for them to come to me. But you don't have the system in place. And that's what I mean when I say is you don't have the, just because you're like, I'm going to do hair and I'm really good at it and I really care about being good at what I do. Having that is necessary. Like I said, you need the two things in order to have a lucrative career that you enjoy. But just being good at what you do and consistently learning more about the craft is not going to make you love what you do. Because I think we've all been there where you put all of your time and energy into being the best that you can possibly be at your craft, but then you don't have the people you either have no one knocking, raising their hands and being like, hey, I would love for you to do my hair, or you have people that they're not the right people, they're questioning your prices, all of these things. It can become very, very depressing. Like, I just don't have a better word for it, but that's what I mean, where I think a lot of people get into this industry of like, I really enjoy it and I'm going to be really great at it and I'm going to dedicate myself to my craft, therefore I'll be successful. And can that happen? Sure. But it's going to take way too much time and you're probably going to get burnt out by the time you get there. So what I challenge you guys to do is combine these two skills. You have to be good at what you do. You have to care about your craft. You have to care about the quality of your work. But you also need to care just as much about the career skill side of it. The skill of making money. The skill of bringing in a book of the right clients. The skill of managing your time and having control over your time. Because there's going to take, it's going to take skill and it's going to take sacrifice and it's going to take willpower and it's going to take, like I said, having the right system in place so that you can consistently bring in those clients. But I hope this video makes sense for you guys. Like I said, I feel like within our industry, there's a strong sense of power behind education, which is great, but it's usually craft focused, and that is great, and you should be great at what you do. But if you are in this and like I said, if you went to hair school or you went to skin school, whatever you did, I'm sure you started this because you wanted to make a lucrative career out of it. Yes, you love it, but you want it to be a career. You don't want it to be a hobby. And if you want it to be more than just a hobby, you need to start looking into things that revolve around being a better business owner, not just being good at your craft. So I hope this makes sense. If you want any more information on topics such as this, please head over to the Fill Your Books YouTube channel, which you're already on. Watch some of our past videos. Head over to my TikTok at Jenna Puzio Hair, as well as my Instagram. Also, head over to fillyourbooks.com. Watch some of our education there. Fill out an application. Talk with one of our success coaches. Work through some of the things that you're struggling with. If this is something that you are struggling with, that's what our team is there for. We want to help you. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments if you want me to dive a little bit deeper into this. But yeah, hope this made sense, and I'll see you guys in the next video.